Hey everyone, welcome back to CryptoCache. Thank you so much for joining me here. Hope you're having a great day. Quick look here again at ICP, double checking a few things. Just so you know, I have the excellent charts. That's always just kind of a baseline for me to kind of, I want to look for confirmation in a place that's above that resistance level. That's really all there is to it. We had to presume this $8.70, or sorry, $8.80 as a round number, is going to be that resistance level for us. It's right there at the 20 SMA and a previous support level. So it's important to kind of be mindful of the fact that the price action getting in right now might be a little premature. However, Bitcoin is showing some signs on smaller time frames of wanting to survive and turn things around, but there's still zero confirmation. So please recognize we're not in fantastic shape here. So let's double check. This is the last 1 month's worth of liquidation for ICP. Just to kind of open up here, we can see minus the late longs here at 750. There's really not much liquidation left to the downside. Okay, so it's nothing really to write home about. Nothing crazy here, of course, okay? So to keep in mind, that's roughly where we're at there for ICP on the monthly. And if we do take a look at the last 7 days, we can recognize too as well that there's, again, a lot of longs at 750. There's no other way around it. So that could be a quick little liquidity sweep before the price continues higher, or it just doesn't look bad because there's a lot of support at that range. People feel like that's a good time to buy, okay? So just some things to kind of think about. I do want to say thank you to my community for being patient and awesome with me this weekend while not only traveling, but just the market being complete trash. It does tend to happen, folks. Nobody's perfect. I'll be the first to admit that I am far from it. But again, typically we bounce back very well. We've got some updates to our signals, so be sure to read through that so you understand the newer format that we're working with. Signals moving forward will be structured differently because you have to adjust for this manipulation. That's all there is to it. So thanks again for those who spoke out, and absolutely want to see what's going on here on the daily, because when we looked at this yesterday, if I recall correctly, we were still under all moving averages, which we are. That's nothing too crazy, but the key takeaway here is that we're still under 30 on the RSI. Until we break back up above that, we can consider that to be somewhat of a bearish sign. It's not even somewhat of a bearish sign, it still is. It's absolutely one of those things where when you don't want to trade into that, if you will. So once more, with this being below that level, under 30 on the RSI, that's generally unfavorable, okay? The inverse applies too. When you're up above 70, you don't want to try to short. You want to make sure that you wait for the price action to calm down before you consider that. So we're in that position right now where the macro is still very bearish. There's no other way around it. MACD and stochastic RSI swinging down too. It's hard not to be bearish when a coin does, pretty much a free fall ever since what was its highest point? We got $21. That was back in March 27th. So we've literally seen a pretty significant decrease, a 65% drop in under 3 months. That is pathetic. So again, market movers, market makers, they're the ones doing this here. Keep in mind, it's not people like you and I who are buying the dip. It's an algorithm that they have in place to continuously stop you out. So now that there's no liquidation to the downside, though, you got to keep in mind, or sorry, very little liquidation to the downside. You got to recognize there's less incentive to push the price down, so we might see some stabilization soon. Either way, we look at it with 4-hour time frame, we're still under the 20-day SMA and the 50-day SMA, as well as that descending trend line. There's zero reasons to consider a long position right now. I know it seems weird. It's just, some people are like, well, what do you mean? It's massively overextended. It's going to come back up. If you've looked at this coin's history, it started at 300 and went all the way down to like $1 or $2. There is no joke here that ICP has a tendency to continue to come lower. So we've already broken through that support range at $10, $11. Okay? Either way, at this point here, we can kind of see we've got MACD is converging, so that's a positive sign. Stochastic's trying to swing up, but starting to plateau, and then traditional RSI money flow index are increasing. Until we get over 50 on the RSI, folks, I'm not convinced to take a long position with this coin. So again, I don't recommend taking a long. It could shoot up tomorrow. I do not care. It's not a consideration to buy in to this kind of garbage. Yeah, there's no other way around it. No way to sugarcoat it. This coin is trash right now. So again, if you are feeling offended by me saying that, you're probably in the wrong industry. You shouldn't be trading cryptocurrency if you get offended by someone saying that a chart looks terrible. Just throwing it out there. Anyways, there's a lot of fundamental funny people out there, and it's just hilarious to see the comments sometimes. Anyways, comment below if you get a chance. Last but not least, hourly time frame. Looking at this here, this is where the X comes in. The X is there for a reason, okay? Because again, we're going to be above this descending trend line. Check number 1. That would put us over the 20-day SMA as well on the 4-hour time frame. We'll also be over the cloud here too, and above this previous support range, turned resistance. Okay, so even though we are in this nice little green zone right now, which I drew this out yesterday, the day before, just kind of reflecting this lower support range, because we've got previous If I'm not mistaken, what was it? If we look at the daily time frame, there was time back here where there was a lot of resistance back at about 740, just a round number. That's the current support range. So the support range here is based on previous candlestick closures and also more recent ones too. Okay, so we had a pretty hard falling out once we lost that level at $8.80. That being a 0.236 fib level, there's a good chance it's going to continue to work as a resistance. So my speculation is we're going to be all sorts of range bound until it inevitably pulls its head out of its ass as a result of Bitcoin doing the same thing. Okay, so at this point here, we can expect further downside, really, but based on the hourly time frame, there's zero reasons to consider a long. There's also not a lot of reason to consider a short, too. I'll just be straightforward with you. We have the lagging span free and clear, but above the price action. That's generally construed as a positive bullish sign. Same thing with the conversion line being above the baseline. There's good momentum, too. So at this point, we are tentatively breaking bearish, but on such a small time frame, it's very insignificant. I do not trust it. Doesn't feel good. It will feel better if we're in this same position by this time tomorrow. But my speculation is that Bitcoin's going to lull you into, getting a bunch of altcoins, buying them on discount, and just wiping the market again. I have a strong feeling we're going to see that again. But once more, the charts don't lie, and at this point here, they're screaming at us, telling us not to take any long positions. Okay, so you do you. Let me know your thoughts. Comment below if you have any thoughts. And then, of course, take a look here. Make sure you reference our Twitter, Telegram, Discord. I provide playout charts. A lot of cool things here to kind of help keep you abreast. We've also got TikTok and YouTube Shorts right now, too. So those have been turning out to be pretty well. Pick your poison, whatever works best for you. If nothing else, join us over on Discord and get to know our community. Got an awesome group. If you do want to become a better trader, CryptoCache.tech is a site, link down below. We'll see you in the next one. Have a great rest of your day. Take care.